Hey everybody, Staple Gunner here. Out on an afternoon ride, just running through town in the middle of nowhere at the moment. I've been gone for a while. I've got busy doing things, but the biggest thing is I have a most wonderful girlfriend. Actually, we're beyond boyfriend-girlfriend stage. We're in that point where we're going to be getting married. We just, we even know a date. We just have to fill in the year. The date will be July 1st. We're still working on the year. So, one of the things I want to talk about, because it's been an issue in my life here recently, my most wonderful girlfriend, I will say that because I love her. Ooh, I'm getting really weird here. Anyway, she knew that I had a motorcycle from the onset, and one of the things that she wanted to do was ride with me. Get a ride on the back of my bike. And right then, I really thought it would be cool to have her as a passenger so we could ride together. To this day, we have yet to truly ride together as a couple, but that's because of other things. To the story now. One of my requirements to have her ride was for her to take the Motorcycle Safety Foundation course, to get her, to at least get to pass the school, to really truly determine if she enjoyed riding a motorcycle. And it's a 2.5-day course. The first half day spent in the evening. It's a classroom exercises, talking about motorcycle riding. Then the next 2 half days are spent actually out in the field, learning how to ride a motorcycle, and it ends with an evaluation. Evaluation is not that difficult, the whole 9 yards. She took the course, did great on the written portion. On the first day, it was the first time she'd ever operated a motorcycle, and so there were a lot of problems about learning how to ride a motorcycle. And it wasn't a disastrous day, but it wasn't the most smoothest day. No bikes were dropped, but there was frustration. The second day started out, the first exercise was the dreaded MSF box, which is basically a U-turn drill. And my girlfriend was the first person in line to go do it. And I'm sitting there watching her, and, well, lo and behold, she nailed the box right off the bat. First person, everybody else in the class, every other person in the class was an experienced rider. All of them had been riding motorcycles actually illegally without a certification. So it turned out to be a really good day. Girlfriend passed the class without any problem, and ended up getting her motorcycle license the following day. Well, to make the long story short, I do own 2 motorcycles, and we have gone on many rides now on the 2 motorcycles. We have yet to do a real true couples ride on one motorcycle, and I have a feeling we're never going to do that unless we get something like a Honda Goldwing. Both of us enjoy the freedom of riding on our own machines. To that extent, also, a couple weeks ago, my girlfriend bought herself not a brand new, she bought herself a used motorcycle. We're both now riding Triumph Bonnevilles. It is wonderful. And we'll fill you guys in on more of that later on. The topic, as it gets a little windier, but I'd like to talk about, though, with my girlfriend, who is most wonderful and awesome, who I love, learning how to ride a motorcycle and passing the course, I find myself giving her lots of tips and insight as I see them, as I ride, that type of stuff. Recently, And one of the groups that I subscribe to and raid, one of the members posted up a list of good suggestions, kind of a guideline to just the mental mindset that you need to ride a motorcycle. And I'll actually have those in the credits. It's worth reading. But one of the things that my girlfriend and I talked about, she's on my Royal Enfield. It doesn't have horsepower. So one of the problems is she doesn't have horsepower or acceleration, along with lack of top speed to get out of problems. And so what I've come up with, I call it the box. And what the box is, if you're inside a box, that means you've put yourself in a situation where you have no escape routes other than something that could possibly hurt you. A good example of a box is you're running down the interstate. You have two semis passing each other. The faster semi is doing about a mile an hour faster than the slower semi, so the pass takes about 200 years. You get yourself behind the faster semi, and as the semi creeps up, next thing you know, you're in the blind spot of the semi being passed, and you have somebody tailgating you whose front of the car is actually past the back of the semi. You've put yourself in a very dangerous box. You only have one escape route, and that's the shoulder. And in some places, there might not be a shoulder, or there might be crap in the shoulder. It's hard to say. Get yourself in trouble. And so a lot of it is teaching her how to avoid getting in a box, how not to target fixate while riding, to unintentionally put yourself in a box. That type of stuff. Sometimes it's just staying behind the slower vehicle until there's a clear way to pass. It's that simple. So remember, there are the boxes, whatever you want to call it, but they're basically a box is the situation that occurs when you don't have an escape route. So I'm just going to shut up and ride, and I hope you guys enjoy it. Have a great one. This is Staple Gunner signing off.